It's got a lot of oomph. It's got a lot of oomph. So don't let people say, no, it's just a 400cc. Why did you get the 400cc Ducati? Man, the 400cc Ducati can keep up with 600s, 1000cc boys. Nasa rider lang yun. Sound check. As if may gagawin naman tayo sa mic natin. Wala naman. Anyway, what's up? Good morning, what's up? And congratulations for purchasing the Ducati Scrambler 62. So, this is 5 minutes of everything you need to know about the Scrambler 62. So hopefully you have the same year model that I got so that the switch gear will be the same, but nonetheless the engine, the structure, all of the parts that make it the Scrambler 62 except for the electronics are most likely to be the same. So let's get on with the technical specs first, that if people ask you about your bike, you'll know what to say. So let's start with the Scrambler. So the model is a Scrambler. There are 3 different options for engines. There is the 62, the 400cc, 800cc standard Scrambler, and there's a 1100cc Scrambler. So yours is the smallest engine available, and the exact cc, the exact displacement is 399cc, a V twin engine. So as you can see, this is one cylinder and this is another. That makes the V of the engine. It's more or less identical to the architecture of the 800 and 1100 engines, but this one again has 399cc. Your power figure is around 40 to 41 horsepower with around 37 newton meters of torque. So that's basically the tech specs. It's air cooled, so you don't have any radiators here, just these fins for the electronics and the fins for the engine to cool it. There's no active cooling for the oil, so pag hindi ka gumagalaw, there's no air passing through the bike and it is running, it will build up heat. It will have the heat radiate up your body or to your legs. So that's something to note about the air-cooled engines. If you're not moving, there's no air moving, it gets hot. We'll get to that when we start riding. What else is different here from the other Scramblers? Well, the rear swing arm is made from a tubular design, so it's not those sculpted swing arms you see in the higher end Scramblers. This has a tube design, but it's nice because it somehow matches the frame more so than the higher end Scramblers. I like how there's cohesiveness between the frame's tubular chassis and the rear swing arm tubular chassis. This is a 2-sided swing arm, so there are 2 sides supporting the rear wheel. For the wheels, we have Pirelli MT60 RSs. Some people may tell you that you can go up to this part of the thread, but I just believe it's safer to just stick to here. But that's totally for another video when you start carving up the mountain, so stay safe there. Back to the engine. Cable actuated clutch, that's your clutch. What else do we have? So your fork is the more standard fork, non-inverted fork, but that's due to the lighter engine and again the lower spec of the bike, the entry-level spec of the bike. The higher tier Scramblers will have the inverted fork fitted onto it. You have daytime running lights. Sorry, it's dirty. I took it to Marilake. You have daytime running lights. You just turn the bike on and it does have this ring around it that turns on. Once the engine is running, it will have the low beam turned on as well. You have your turn signals over here, nice and big turn signals. This is adjustable, but the guys at Ducati will be well versed and have already adjusted your bike suspension for you. If they haven't, please let them know. They will happily do it for you. 14-liter fuel tank. Di naman malakas gas yung 400cc, so you have no problems there. So yeah, let's get on with startup. So this is your key. Your key is the more modern, the better looking laser cut keys. So we turn it on. It's in neutral. So this is the kill switch. It's the first of the switches that you'll have to deal with. So that kills the bike, and it also hides the starter button. But when you push it up, it reveals the starter button, which you push to start the engine. This is your throttle. This is your throttle. Get used to the throttle. Bikes, they come in different throttle configurations. This is a cable actuated throttle. The newer Ducatis are throttled by a wire, so it's a digital connection with the engine instead of this old school wire throttle. Over at the side, hopefully again, this is the same year model switch gear that you have on yours. High beam fast light. Over here is a button that I have yet to figure out. It doesn't do anything. I think that's the high beam, low beam. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But this is the turn signals. As you can see, your turn signals appearing over there for left, turn signals appearing over there for right, and then press it to cancel out. Over here at the bottom, we'll change the item that's found here. So it's trip 1 right now, trip 2, air temperature, your total kilometers ran, and it goes back to trip 1. So we're gonna go back to total kilometers ran. Over here is your horn. Nice sounding horn. Again, cable actuated clutch, but a nice light clutch feeling. The clutch feeling, it differs talaga when you have gloves on, so please do wear a nice pair of gloves when you're riding. It really helps in your actuation of the controls. Over at the right, it's a Brembo master cylinder. So this is the Brembo brake. This is the brake lever on the right, which is a Brembo unit, non-adjustable, but it's nice and easy to use. So we're gonna do the startup procedure now. So again, this going up, you're on neutral, no need to clutch in, you just have to press this, and that's it. Nice and quiet. This has the stock exhaust much like yours. You may want to get a system that's available from Ducati, but that may come in the future. So let's go for a ride. So kickstand, always remember to put it up. If you go on first gear and your kickstand is up, mamatayin ka, and nakakaya yan. So let's get started with the ride. So it's a very calm bike. You just have to get used to the throttle inputs. As you can see, that's all the throttle movement that I'm doing, and it's starting to creep up. The power is starting to creep up. It's starting to want to accelerate in a much faster way. So the power at 41 horsepower is nice and manageable. The profile of the power delivery is not too steep. It's not, it doesn't shoot up immediately. You'll be able to slowly twist your way to the speed that you so desire. But we're going to show you what's a good shifting point for this motorcycle. So right here, I've just semi-open throttle, opening it up a bit. Now at 4,000 RPM. So you might want to shift now if you're wanting a more fuel efficient ride. Turn signal. Right now 46 kilometers per hour. So I'm cruising around at 4,000 RPM, 56 kilometers per hour. You can go to third gear, and that will cruise along at a much lower RPM for the same speed. So you've got a nice upright position. You're not bent into forward, so that's a good position. A very commanding position to really get started motorcycling in. Very much like a mountain bike. You've got a lot of leverage to push the bike side to side. I guess I'm gonna show you now the limits of each gear. So that's the limit. 68 for first gear, 98 for second gear, 123 for third gear. So first gear you're maxing out at 68 kilometers per hour. Second gear you're maxing out at 98 kilometers per hour. Third gear it's about 125. Fourth gear is 140. Fifth gear is around 159, and sixth gear will bring you up until 170 kilometers per hour. That's your top speed. I'm not saying that I've done it, but it's the internet that has told me that the top speed of this motorcycle is 170 kilometers per hour. I mean, if you have an area or a closer road or the track to try it out, then I do highly suggest. It's a very thrilling experience to take your bike to the upper edge, especially if it's a Ducati, because it is designed to be taken out to that speed. It's not gonna take forever for you to reach that speed. You'll definitely be able to reach that speed fairly quickly. So yeah, that's your gearing. Not that that will be something that you'll keep in mind, but I personally like keeping in mind the speeds in which I can achieve my gearing, because the reason being is that there's no gear indicator here. So depending on what speed I'm going, so depending on your engine RPM, kung gaano kahirap yung makina mo, kung gaano ka bilis yung engine speed mo, and your actual speed, you'll kind of be able to know which gear you're on, if you'll be able to downshift or upshift depending on the situation. So first gear. So again, very nimble bike. She leans over very well, no? Again, she is a scrambler. She handles like a scrambler, so she's a very good handling motorcycle. She likes being leaned over. You just have to be confident, no, with the motorcycle, and know na if you pull on the throttle, it's going to stand you up. Well, that's the dynamic of the bike, no. Again, just be careful. Again, go to proper schooling to be able to do that. I mean, not that I went to proper schooling to be able to do that, but know what you're up against. Again, this is a motorcycle. There's a reason why parents don't like this as an activity by their children. It's got a lot of oomph. It's got a lot of oomph. So don't let people say, no, it's just a 400cc. Why did you get the 400cc Ducati? Man, the 400cc Ducati can keep up with 600s, 1000cc boys. Nasa rider lang yun. So get the proper education, get the proper training, and this is not kulang of a bike. So yeah, we have 28 seconds. So this is a moment where you can actually turn off your engine. I turned it off with the kill switch, and then I brought it back up. Basically, we don't want to heat soak the engine, no? We just want to keep it nice and cool. When you have those long moments, sometimes kasi this is longer, more than a minute, you can turn the engine off. The engine start naman is fairly easy. You won't have a problem getting it on. $143. He's got a lot to go. So I hope you enjoy the bike. Congratulations again on getting the Ducati Scrambler 62. I hope you learned a few things about your motorcycle, what it's capable of doing, somehow have more confidence in its ability to haul ass, because it does have the ability to haul ass. I took this at Marilake with 1000cc sport bikes, naked bikes, and this is well capable of keeping up with them. Well, syempre, you know, you have to ring it out, but it's got a lot of heart with this motorcycle. I mean, I don't think you're gonna be doing that sporty ride up Marilake, but if you do so decide, just know that this is not kulang as a motorcycle. But for the trips to each cove, carrying a surfboard or two, this is definitely a good motorcycle to take around. You have the wind, there's nothing in front of you to stop the wind from cooling you down. You got a nice upright position, you can really straighten your back, and have a nice clear view of what's in front of you, no? So yeah, I guess you know where this is. This is Katipunan Avenue. We're headed to Ducati Manila. Again, many thanks Ducati Manila for lending me out this motorcycle. So yeah, that's the Scrambler 62 for you guys. I hope you're enjoying the bike right now, and if you do plan to push it to its limits, know that that is the top speeds for each gear. Yeah, very capable bike. You'll enjoy it. Try it out on the dirt, wear protective equipment, and just try to make the rear slip. There's no traction control. This only has ABS. It's nice manageable power, nice power delivery, nice power band that you're able to really make the engine go depending on how you twist the throttle. Again, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you dislike this video, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, ride safe. Bye bye, guys.
Zombie apocalypse.